From farm alarm to farm charm. Twitter at MB Nirmal. Farm alarm as farmlands are fast disappearing by urbanization and due to climate change while the population is exploding. So what is that? The two problems. So two serious issues. One, like decreasing food quantity and decreasing food quality. View the videos but the root truths. Solution. Total reversal to be joyful. The first step, look beyond. And we got our vision reduced. You have to see beyond. See to use a zoom and wide angle lens of your vision. The solution. Farmlands are fast disappearing by urbanization and climate change. Therefore, create new places and spaces for farming besides protecting the existing farmlands. Stay relaxed and calm. Solution to every problem from logical to national to global are ready. Total reversal to be joyful, changing bad as good, good as excellent. Be part of Seventh Sense success team. Twitter at MB Nirmal. Every precision is part of the following two sciences which have been tested and proven. By birth, no one is inferior to another. One can climb to the top by using the two major innovations. Jivan Vinyan, life science for living as human being. Manushya Vinyan, human science for being human being. So these two sciences have been tested in several slums where 100% Dalits live. And the areas where considered to be notorious, the abode of the gangsters, they are being totally reformed. Practice. So Jivan Vinyan, life science. So if this Jivan Vinyan introduced, people excel. The tragedy was that for 2000 years, people belonging to lower castes were not provided with this. And even when they got it, it was snatched away from them. That's the reason you see a big gap. And then Manushya Vinyan, human science. The three C's to make any man a complete man, whatever his caste might be, a language, character, competence, and conquest. Actually, this is character. There are 10 characteristics, which I am not going to tell because this presentation is not intended for that. And then a person must become competent in 10 various fields that makes him the complete person. And conquest, he has succeeded in 10 different dimensions, 360. Personal, familial, residential, professional, and occupational, educational, social, societal, 12 kinds. Principial, friendshipal, special, spiritual. Again, when you say familial, for example, there are 10, like how you do with what you do with your children, your parents, your siblings. It goes on like that. So, the new science and researched over, I should say, minimum 35 years. So conquest, ultimately, you have to be successful life, your personal life, family life, residential life, professional, occupational, educational, social, societal, principial, friendshipal, special, national, spiritual, external, innovators, international, making an innovator par excellence. Seventh Sense is being provided free to the people who want to join. They can use the treasure which they have been gifted with called the brain, which has enormous power. Preserve the planet our only home by realizing worldism through unity inducing human resources for natural resources on a world scale. So this I'm talking to you from my flat. The flat itself promotes oneness. So Nirmal for his home. There you have Om Church, Om Mosque, Om Shiva Temple, Om Vishnu Temple, Om Krishna, the Jain Temple, everything is there. All Buddha Temple. So this is the contact detail. Please pause, take a screenshot and note it. This is how one should reach me. total reversal, be joyful, set aside suicide. Now we are talking about the shortage of food. This is going to be surely, for sure. The reasons will be explained very briefly. Farm alarm to arm farm. Arm means strengthen farming by reform and reform. Enjoy life every moment, practice kindness, make success sure, yours. Your, our, is, are, and the problem solutions are ready. Use and peak to success. Ask for answers for personal, individual, family, local, regional, national, global issues. You will get them. Use and cruise to pinnacle of glory. Hashtag Nirmal Total Result. Seven Sons Master. X1 Nirmal Basu. At MB Nirmal. So, when you talk about farmer, I told you I have 10 temples. I also have a temple of farmers. Temple of farmers. And this temple has both a male and female farmer because the discrimination, there's gender bias and discrimination is there. We should do away with that. When you acquire 7 such which we are going to free, you convert obstacles into stepping stones, problems into gifts, failures into successes, challenges into success voyages, sorrows into happiness. Actually, here a small flashback. I belong to the richest family of the old combined Chengalpet district, which comprised of the present Tiruvallur, Chengalpet and Kanchipuram districts. So we had in all 550 acres. So even 1 acre will make me a billionaire. But I don't have even 1 acre today. So I saw that I can do farming in terraces, street edges, any public opens, including inside his own flat as farmland, and started cultivating. His farming domain became thousands of acres in many parts of our nation. It does not matter whose land it was and whose fruit benefited. So here a Google picture of the lands we own. Family owned five villages near Chennai. A huge of the farm there, but most of the lands were lost. Family owned fertile farmlands in and around Chennai, in Valachavakkam, Vegampakkam, Mogapir, Nolambur, Porur, Manapakkam and Kolapakkam. It's my father, mother, uncles driving tractors, and we had our family, big and small tractors. So it's a place, I don't want to repeat this, you can pass and see. These lands, Kundutur 5 villages, 300 acres, 7 houses, Manapakkam 20 acres, Valachavakkam 10 acres, Penlur near Undai 100 acres, Somangalam 7 acres, Nolambur 3 acres, Iradamkatli 14 acres, Perambur 1 house with some ground, Kolapakkam 10 acres, Porur 22 acres, Mogapir 7 acres, Mamlam 2 houses. Nirmal's family are the biggest farmers, the old Chengalpet disabled farmer does not have even 1 acre do farming, home farming, indoor farming, terrace farming, vertical sky farming, street farming, city farming, villages, collective farming. I mean, Nirmal means as myself, it's not all. And we have been converting all the places which we operate, gardens, farms and social forests. So the first one to start a vertical terrace farming was myself in 1991. Tamil Horticulture Department recognized him for being the trendsetter. Now thousands of people do it. Nirmal stores, the lands were given to me by my predecessor, or I've been cultivating the lands, but now the whole world is mine. So farm, street, city, sea, rural, collective farm, successful farmer without a farmland, Nirmal. Now the next stage was that his personal problem. He lost land, and a nation is losing land. Villagers are losing lands. Farmlands were lost due to urbanization. So I need to evolve concepts to introduce farms, terraces in home, streets, sea and public open spaces. Going to see that total reversal. So personal reason. I became a native farmer due to personal reasons, loss of pride of income due to loss of farmlands. From big mills, I became landless, started home farming, terrace farming, indoor farming in my home. This affected. In 1990, I did not want to lose my farmer status. Then I became an environmentalist, and I understood the planet, our only home, will run short of food due to many reasons. Loss of farmlands like urbanization and climate change. I expanded and have scaled my farming activity to community and city level. street farming, city farming, village quality farming, and sea farming. I keep repeating because it's all important. Please also see the videos, Farm Alarm to Farm Charm. Second, English, save farmland, save farmers, otherwise there will be no food. The days when you have to eat only plastic rice. Third video in Tamil, இனி மண்தான் உணவு விவசாய நிலங்களை காதீர்கள். You have to see that. Food mud, the root roots. So today, paradox, no, the most sacred profession, according to me and according to you, must be automatically that farmers. So it's what said our great saint Thiruvallur. உழுதுண்டு வாழ்வாரே வாழ்வார் பட்டலம் பொழுதுண்டு பின் செல்பவர் உழவுக்கும் தொழிலுக்கும் வந்தன் சிவன் said Balajiar. So both the great people told about the importance of farmers, but you're going to see some shocking thing about farmers. Many of us, not me, drink, consume alcohol. We can remain without drinking, but we drink, and we lose ourselves. It happens every family. And the people who manufacture liquor, they own huge bungalows, estates, and all. And we smoke, not me, many of us. We can remain without smoking. And because of smoke, we die, we get cancer. But the people who produce cigarettes, they own 5-star, 7-star hotels. Okay, we eat food. We can remain without eating. We can't remain without eating food. Food is important. But the paradox is that the farmers who give us food commit suicide. They commit suicide. You can see. If at all one profession, there's maximum death in India is there are farmers. Farmers commit suicide. I told you that that liquor manufacturers, cigarette manufacturers who cause harm to us flourish, but those who use food perish. Why? Think about it. But generally what happens, farm lands are taken away by governments, central government in particular, and they give more compensation. It's not total falsehood, because there are three kinds of farmers: landowner farmer, tenant farmer, worker farmer. Worker farmer, mostly women, with 90% male farmers have become alcoholic. So the lady earns food. Sadly, tenant and worker farmers are not given compensation when the land is taken by government. All the three kinds of farmers become refugees to their own lands. So going to give more compensation. What about the women who work in the farmlands? Where they'll get, how they will take care of the homes. That's a more important aspect. So the compensation itself flawed. Okay, we'll go to next one. And there's another thing called rehabilitation, resettlement of three kinds of farmers, which are not at all done by governments properly. So the kind of human beings, animals and birds, food will not be available. The farmlands lose their status, farmlands, and put it under other users. And you must understand, farmlands are finite. They are not infinite, finite. They have very limited supply. They are non-renewable resource. Once a farmland, you construct a bus stand, road, building, you can't get back. It can never give you food. It's actually a patra, but it won't give you food because instead of crops, buildings grow there. So ordinance passed with the Modi government in 2014 is draconian and against farming community. And the important point was that he said when it's taken for public purpose, consent is not needed. Before that, consent was needed. When the government acquires the land for public purpose and controls, no consent needed. A consent of at least 80% of affected families of the land is acquired for setting up private companies. The project undertaken through a public-private partnership, 70%. So totally, I told you, land supply is limited and land can be taken. So this idea, I think, I don't know, they know something about this important, some knowledge, common sense. Even there's a debate I saw in one headlines today, Vijay Singh and Nitin Gadkari.
Gadkari has a company and you tie up with a private person to set up an irrigation project, will you take the permission or not?
And this is what they have amended.
First of all,
this is what they have amended.
It is totally irrelevant.
Yes.
First of all, that today everything is that act which is passed by 2013 in the parliament. Why we are making the exemption for five?
Yes, why are you doing the 5 exemption?
That's the problem is that because of irrigation, because of rural infrastructure,
That's already
because
there.
of affordable housing, because of rural electrification, because of industrial corridor. I accept it. It
Yes.
is there. An industrial corridor is for the poor people.
So you should say openly.
Openly we are
you
saying.
should
I am
that
saying
we need
openly.
industrialization. We need. What is wrong? What is wrong if Ambani and Adani acquire? 1 minute. What is wrong if Ambani and Adani acquire
it-
land for industrialization?
How you can
or
say?
rural- Why
how-
don't you say it?
How you can say, Rajdeep, that the
Anybody.
industrial corridor Ambani is going to acquire?
Anybody? Why
what
not?
evidence you have?
I
How
am
you can
saying,
say
why
like
are you
this?
against industry? Why are you all both against? Why are you against industry? What is wrong if they acquire it? What is wrong?
Actually, the land
You
of
must
the,
provide the farmer compensation. That's
Yes.
all.
Not only farmer, the landless labor, the rural artisan, they have to be rehabilitated, resettled. That is also important. And that is why social
minute.
impact assessment is necessary.
आप एक मिनट आप संक्षिप्त में बड़े आप बताइए
जमीन किसान की है
हाँ, एक
और
मिनट।
किसान से सहमति नहीं ले रहे। कॉरिडोर रोड बनाइए, लेकिन बाकी जो 1-1 किलोमीटर अधिग्रहण करने की बात कर रहे हैं वो कतई नहीं होनी चाहिए। किसान की मर्जी से अधिग्रहण होना चाहिए, उसमें किसान अपना कोई
नहीं। आप मुझे बताइए, सरकार कह रही है कि अगर कोई प्रोजेक्ट हो जो सरकार आपके हित में है, जैसे हाउसिंग का प्रोजेक्ट हो, कह रही है 10 में से कंसेंट 8 लोगों का अगर मिल जाए तो प्रोजेक्ट चलेगा। आप कह रहे हैं 10 में से 10 लोगों का लेना पड़ेगा,
देखिए
सभी का मेजोरिटी का लेना पड़ेगा।
मेजोरिटी का नहीं, 80% का तो उसमें सहमति होनी चाहिए। लेकिन रोड के लिए जो सार्वजनिक हित की बात है उसके लिए किसान तैयार है, लेकिन उसके इधर उधर 1-1 किलोमीटर जो जमीन अधिग्रहण की बात है
अच्छा, तो
उस
आप-
पर किसान
अच्छा, अच्छा,
This
ये
is what the
बताइए।
objection is.
अच्छा,
This
ये-
is what the objection.
अच्छा
1
ये
kilometer
बताइए,
corridor.
एक मिनट, आपने अच्छी बात रखी।
Objection of 1 kilometer
नहीं, नहीं, 1
corridor.
minute.
I am telling you
Gadkari
the
ji,
answer.
the fear that the farmers have is in the name of saying that you are going to acquire the land for industrial corridors. What you will do is 1 kilometer of either side of the corridor, you will give away the land for cheap to someone, and the farmer will be forced to give away his land without taking his consent. So if I live near the Mumbai-Pune highway, or if I live near a major, the Delhi-Mumbai corridor, I will have to give up my land without my consent. That is what the farmers
I am
are
giving you the
objecting.
answer.
Exactly.
I am giving you the answer.
Delhi-Agra highway.
First of all, on the industrial corridor 1 kilometer away, there is no industry in line. There are some
repeating the
villages.
same thing again.
Just listen me.
You are repeating the same thing again.
No, why are you making me that I am making industry in line?
नहीं ये आप इनके सवाल का जवाब दीजिए। नहीं इनको डर है कि इनकी जो जमीन है अगर बॉम्बे पुणे हाईवे के बगल में है या मुंबई दिल्ली कॉरिडोर के बगल में
इनको हिंदी में जवाब देता हूं।
हिंदी में जवाब दीजिए।
देखो,
इनका लैंड आप अक्वायर
अगर जहाँ कपास होती है वहाँ कपास की प्रक्रिया करने वाली इंडस्ट्री आएगी, कोल्ड स्टोरेज आएगा, प्रीकूलिंग प्लांट आएगा, स्टोरेज सिस्टम आएगी, और वो गांव का किसान ही खुद का ये सब काम वहां कर सकता है, और उस माल पर प्रोसेसिंग होगा, वहां पैकिंग होगा, वहां कोल्ड स्टोरेज में रखा जाएगा, आलू होगा तो कोल्ड स्टोरेज में रखा जाएगा। क्या ये किसान के विरोध में? और दूसरी बात, क्या किसान के सब लड़के दिल्ली और मुंबई आए? किसान के सब लड़के दिल्ली और मुंबई आए, उनके गांव में उनको रोजगार मिलता है तो कोई गलत है?
एक मिनट।
The Land Bill 2015 is coined as an anti-farmer, pro-industry bill by the Indian print media. You must know that. So that act only is responsible for our 8-lane road and everything. Everything. And we have already good roads. There are many roads, interior road. There are no roads. Roads are missing, but here already beautiful roads are there. Still acquire land. I told you, remember, once you have this 100 feet road and all, what happens? You take, for example, the ring roads. The ring roads came because the vehicles are going through a town or village. Outer ring road came because the traffic. But outer ring road, once the government made outer ring road, bypass road, you can see both sides buildings are coming. Again, there is congestion. Same thing will happen when this road project of the union government is done. Both sides of the land, lot of activities, non-farming activity will come. That means you will lose food. There won't be food. So right to fair competition transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation, resettlement, all ordinance promulgated December 31st, 2014. So this is about it. So land acquisition. So I told you about the temple. Now one altogether important angle which the governments have failed to take notice of it, because a person like me, it's my duty. And remember, the mistake all of us do, when the farmers are affected, we think it is problem, not our problem. I think then one word is being used now, stupid, and we become stupid. Because without farmer, how will you get food? Without farming land, how will you get food? So food is one thing, concerns you, me, everybody, even other living species. So there's going to be huge food shortage, expected permanent continuous food shortage, steeping the demand for food and shortfall in supply of food, and there will be bloodshed. How? So this angle is totally not looked into, I don't know, purposely or out of ignorance. So nature now is very angry. All of you know. Every day we see floods, cyclones, landslides, forest fire, and cloud burst, earthquakes, everything happening. Almost every day in some part of the world, something is happening. Already they say that in Europe is losing most of its mountain ice. Arctic is now only 90% what it was originally. Sea water level is increasing, is known. We are going to see that. So first thing, what all the governments, of course, state governments act on behalf of central government. They should do it. Otherwise, they won't get many grants and income due to them, so they should obey them. Atmosphere warming. This atmosphere warming due to climate change is happening. Is melting of polar caps. So it will happen drastic increase in atmospheric temperature, speeding up melting of ice caps, glaciers, and ice mountains, which in turn lead to increase in sea level, which will eventually result in coast area going beneath water. Farmlands will get inundated and will become saline. Crumbling ice shelves. If static ice sheets were to melt and collapse into the sea, it would push the sea levels up to 10 meters, more than 32 feet, and many coast areas would completely sink beneath the ocean. So these are pictures. So the India, very funny, peculiar, what we thought some great advantage is going to be disadvantage until it's danger posing. I'll tell you why. India has 1,500 kilometer long, low coastline, except some parts like Vizag, we have the coast is lines very low. Sea is increasing, sea level. Indian coastline 1,516.6. Gujarat has longest 1,600 kilometer. Tamil Nadu second longest 1,076. So Tamil Nadu must be careful. Farming here won't be there. And Andhra Pradesh 972 kilometers. So I'm not reading the whole list. Maharashtra, Kerala, Odisha, Karnataka, West Bengal, all coastline. The next one, climate change also includes soil becoming warmer. That means same land will give less yield food. So food, climate change gives another threat to our food production. Global warming can cause excess soil and affects agriculture. Agriculture is a large scale cause for global warming. It is something vicious circle. Agriculture causes global warming affects agriculture. Climate change, agriculture, interrelated processes, both of which take place on a global scale. Global warming is projected to have significant impacts on conditions affecting agriculture, including temperature, carbon dioxide, glacial runoff, precipitation, and interaction of these elements. These conditions determine the carrying capacity of biosphere to produce enough food for the human population, domesticated animals. So remember the second one. After atmosphere warming is soil warming. At the same time, agriculture has been shown to produce significant effects on climate, primarily through the production and release of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, but also altering its land cover, which can change its ability to absorb and reflect heat and light, thus contributing to radioactive forcing. Land use can change. The deforestation and desertification, together with use of fossil fuels, are the major anthropogenic sources of carbon dioxide. Agriculture itself is a major contributor to increasing methane, nitrous oxide concentrations in Earth's atmosphere. Then sea warming. Without doubt, 99.9% people eat fish, and fish is a large-scale migration towards south due to sea warming. So unless the fishermen do deep sea fishing, food will be scarce, so food price will shoot up. Sea warming. And the fourth is, and also they say sea warming results in reduction of the size of the sea living species, fishes, for example. So I'm not reading this sea warming, you are saying that. Then wind warming. What happens? Atmosphere warming, soil warming, sea warming, all together become wind warming. Wind becomes warmer. Atmosphere, soil, sea warming lead to wind warming. Wind warming will make cyclones, hurricanes, typhoons more violent, virulent, volatile, frequent. Wind will cause destruction, agriculture, forests, including uprooting of fruit-bearing trees. So now, for example, you see, now we are in 2022. Florida saw one of the worst cyclones, and cyclones took away. The houses all became heaps of debris. People have died, perished. It's happening every year. It's happening in America. Global warming causes wind warming, which causes storms. So wind warming becomes storms. The storms destroy. The above picture show a model of a cyclone generated by the temperature difference and wind flow caused by warmth of the ocean. Typhoons play a significant role in disturbing the ocean's heat. Ocean, which cover 2/3 of the planet's surface and absorbs massive amounts of heat from the atmosphere. Cyclones whip up the sea like spinning steel blades of a food big sea. Wind warming. Scientists have long studied the relationship between warmer sea surface temperature cyclonic and cyclonic, slowly spinning storms in the Atlantic Ocean, and the new study attempts to project how many most damaging hurricanes could result from warming air temperature as well. So this is all told by Reuters. The number of Atlantic storms magnitude similar to killer hurricane Katrina, which devastated the US Gulf Coast 2005, could rise sharply this century. This reported on Monday. So wind warming. You are seeing that every time, even a small wind we lose. A larger cyclone we lose forests, crops. Farmers long for water. When they get water, it's more than what they need, and the crop get flooded. Crops perish. So all the warming, which I told you, soil warming, sea warming, atmosphere warming, all that. Soil degradation is when soil deteriorates because of human activity, loses quality and productivity. It happens when soil loses its nutrients, its organic matter. It also happens when the soil structure breaks down, it becomes toxic from pollution. The primary cause of soil degradation is erosion, but compaction, salinization, and depletion by nutrient-demanding crops may also cause degradation. Soil degradation is the movement of soil particles from one place to another by wind or water is considered to be major environmental problem. Erosion has been going on through most of Earth's history, which has produced river valleys, shaped hills and mountains, but erosion is generally slow, but action of man has caused a rapid increase in the rate of which the soil is eroded. Soil erosion rate faster than natural weathering of bedrock and produce new soil. It resulted in a loss of productive soil from crop and grazing land, as well as layers of infertile soil from being deposited on formerly fertile crop lands. So infertile land soil is carried by the floods to fertile farmlands. The formation of gullies, situation of siltation of lakes. So lakes get silt and streams and landslips. Man has a capacity for major destruction of our landscape and soil resources. Hopefully, he has also the ability to prevent and overcome these problems. Farmland cancer use of chemical pesticide and genetically modified food. Now we'll go to the solution part of it. I told you problem. Now, what's the takeaway from what I told you just now is we should not allow sacrifice even 1 acre of farmland. I didn't go in depth that wherever the farmlands were taken, the farming community, farmers became refugees in their own place. As they don't know any other job, they are not IT professionals. They don't know where IIT is there, but they know farming. They are gurus, farming gurus, but they don't know farmlands. Then what they will do? So we can do 100 developments, but we can't, that when the cost of development make farmers weak. Important. So that's all the problem one side, and what we should demand the government, especially the central government, not to sacrifice anymore the farmland. World over, they do these developments without sacrificing farmland. It's called sustainable development, win-win for both your inland transportation, roads, farming, both can coexist without affecting each other. But now we'll go to the topic, what you and can we do, home farming. So before that, a small biography of me that was that I told you the filthiest, very filthily rich in the old Chengalpattu district, combined district. As a young person, we lost everything. We should move to a slum area. We had several cars. We sold them and bought a scooter. This condition obtaining. Around my house, you can see my road in front of my house converted as a cow dung cake manufacturing unit. So this house was like that. Then I could change it. House was surrounded by plants. Same house. So after, this is done by one individual. What about you? Every one of us should do. So terrace farming is the earliest terrace farming because covered by world over. Once it's terrace farming, the earliest terrace farming. It was 1995. So it's my house which I bought. I call it disgrace. This was the condition of the terrace, but it became like this, like this, like this, like this. I'm just pushing it. We had a green pharmacy. Actually, the house had 5 tiers. Each tier we had garden, and the first tier we had green pharmacy. Medicinal plants were grown. And you can see the topmost, the staircase room. So it's like a jungle there. And we used height space, it's a surface space. Height space is unlimited. We have rack garden, stand garden, drum garden. I'll explain what it is. So these are trees. Trees normally, expect to grow very tall and all. But there are now trees, before even they grow 4 feet or 5 feet, they start yielding fruits or vegetables. So we have these types of trees. Even you can see a plantain and sky pumpkin. So this is more important aspect which I want you to ponder over, stay there for a minute and see. So the point is, I told you, grandfather 550 acres of land, my father had 50 acres of land. When I was 28 or 29, I didn't have even 1 square inch land. So I said, sky's the limit. I said in Tamil, Vaname Yellai. So this idea, in 94 actually it was done. PVC pipe, the left hand side, you erect it. Only thing in all these places, you must have a weight bearing beams there. That's all. This is not very heavy also. So you put a PVC, erect it properly, drill holes from side, introduce brinjal, tomato or chilies. So in a space where you can grow one plant, you grow hundreds of plants. Then drinking water pot, second one, vertical farming. Drinking pot has a shoulder, each pot. Stack it one over another. Can do 6 or 8. And you have to fill it with your kitchen waste and mixed with the soil. The shoulder, each pot, you can have 4 holes. 4 holes. So 4 holes if you have, what happens, here you see there are 6 pots. 24 plants you can grow. Even radish and all you can grow. On the mouth, the topmost part, you can grow 2-3 plants. So it happens, 30 plants you can grow. Normally you can grow only one plant. But the catch for all of you, how to drill a hole the pot. Because you won't try, the pot will crack. So we have a method of eating crowbar and drilling that. That one, please ask us. We'll send you one short video on that, how you can drill it. And then pole garden. Erect a pole and have a pot. It has so many kinds of plants. You see the number of plants are there, minimum 30 or 40. If I had not done of using sky space, I would have been able to grow only one plant. So this is what I'm telling you. The whole world is shrinking because of use, misuse, disuse, and abuse of farmlands. So you have to now scale the sky. Zigzag. What is zigzag? Keep, the milk trays are there, by a dozen. Keep them crisscross. Then each tray will have 4 holes exposed to the sky. So one tray normally, where you can grow one plant, you can grow 4 plants. So if you have 12 trays, 48 plants. On the top tray, you can grow 5 or 6 plants. Okay, this we call pyramid. Same idea, all trying to make use of unlimited sky space. So you're seeing the different kinds. The stand garden, the zigzag, pot, again rack garden. It's all, urea bags, plastic one sack, you can use it and grow kirai. There's a repetition, but still it's work. Umbrella garden. Okay, now we saw how the terrace was used. In the terrace which was lying idle, which was used, and we got 10 days vegetables minimum. The 2 organic grown vegetables for our needs. And we use it whenever we have no time to go to shop, we use these vegetables. And this grown out of certain soil, it has more taste. Okay. And 2 is that it's organically grown, it's healthy for us. 3, we used all only waste materials. We got a scrap shop or Kailan Kadai, buy them. We use all our own waste materials. So 0 cost. 4 is used your own waste, solid liquid waste as resources. You need water and what you call food waste. So the Exnora slogan is waste is not waste until it's wasted. It is not waste management, wealth management. Don't transfer waste, transform waste. So that also we got. So everything is 0 cost. Your terrace is already free. Then you buy you use your discarded things to grow plants, or you go to scrap shop and buy them at a very cheap cost. And then you need fertilizer, earth fertilizers and all. This is all your own waste. Your yesterday's waste is today's taste. Use them on water. You have black, grey and white color water, wastewater. All the 3 can be treated, used to grow your terrace garden. And it's excellent physical exercise for you. It combines exercise, physical exercise, meditation, yoga, all rolled into one. And you should do the gardening normally in the evening. They'll be full of oxygen. So then one more benefit. See the spin-off. One more benefit is you don't need to spend electricity. Electricity bill will come down because the terrace is cool, which means your house is cool. So understand, it's a very long list. You can see separate presentation, the benefits of terrace farming. And family can have a union, get together in the evening, spend time with the plants, interact with the plants. Okay, then I told you that we use the terrace space. Then the fate was I should move from that house to a flat. So the flat which I moved was called already categorized as a concrete jungle and highly polluted area in Chennai, Coimbatore, because it has the omnibus stand, government bus stand, it has vegetable, fruit, flower, grocery market, wholesale. This road connects Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Every day, the population of vehicles is keep increasing. The concrete jungle I moved, so I started indoor farming, indoor fire farming. First you will see that indoor fire farming. So this is a fire, I have 2 flats, opposite 2 flats. Look at this, it's a new flat building. Hardly when it started with the 10 years old, but looks how it's maintained, it looks like a public toilet. Now we are going to see how this got transformed. Actually, it's not a rocket science you can do. We are all of us are farmers. The farming is in the gene. Became like this. The lift area, which was like this, became like this. So indoor farming. This is a living room. This is a place which you can't use a packet. So we call it natural oxygen parlor. We have LED lamps and the power comes from God's given solar power for the terrace. So tax, corporation tax, nothing. It's free. And we are not using them. I used it. I'm using it. The TV is really something jarring to eyes, so we have something to compensate that to suit your eyes. Plants, bamboos, bamboos have natural compartments. You don't need to make everything. What we do is it's not money intensive, capital intensive. It's effort intensive using waste discarded materials. Each chamber takes you put coir pith and introduce a plant. Indoor window farming. So window was just like this. Second, my own home became like this. How do you like it? And there are so many windows. There are 4 bedrooms. But bedrooms we didn't keep plants for only one reason. It's not good to keep plants inside your bedroom because plants in the night really exhale carbon dioxide. So I kept in all other places, common places. That's what you're seeing, window. Then balcony farming. So this balcony, again the vertical farming there. Balcony. One balcony. Another balcony called flower shower. That beautiful flowers there. Vertical again. So the roadside balcony, pot stack, water dispenser, pet bottle. Pet bottle, water dispenser we kept it. Tray zigzag, vertical pole stack. So now I told you that we live on the 12th floor and it's incredible for you. Once nature returned to my flat, all other stakeholders of nature came to my house. A monkey was regularly visiting the 12th floor balcony. We had owls, bats, owls we spotted them in the night, bats, beehive, bees come, beehive, and dove, and myna, and all these things it came. You are seeing them. A pigeons laying egg there, you can see that. The left hand side we call Akshaya Patra. If you have Akshaya Patra in the balcony, you can grow a lot of plants. It's a very fantastic area. One of time, not explaining, you can go and see the video. So I told you, first I told you the farming is started at the terrace, home farming, then indoor farming I told you, street farming. The street, this was the street I was living. I told you that I lost wealth, but this was, the road was express road, that is not a road. See again, why I said as suicide, anybody could have committed suicide. I thought it's an opportunity for me to learn something new. So I didn't have trees. So we started growing trees on the street edges. You can see I keep pushing it. Street farming. Then the street, which was so bad, became a visual treat. You see how it got before and after. This is all human effort. And I must say about me that I was studying government school, scored 40%. Out of 45 students, I was the only one to get through. I didn't manage admission. A prestigious colleges, I got admission. Pachepa scored 40%. Third class degree, I managed only a clerk post, in which also is not confirmed. I'm telling you all bad news. And there's so many excuses to commit suicide. I didn't do that. So street became like this. I told you, there are no trees. Now we have a social forest in the tree entrance. So I think you saw that model city farming. So we have a land called in all flat complexes OSR land. So OSR lands, open reserved for greening activity. So we converted that into a beautiful vegetable garden along with trees. You're seeing the views of this city farming. I'll go one by one quickly. The left-hand side, top, you have the transformer. It's not electric transformer. Idea is like a transformer. We kept pipes and grown plants. It's a drum, HTP drums, old chemical drums bought. We drill holes on side. Plants can grow. Pyramid, pipe garden, electric transformer garden, vegetable basket, pet bottles. But pet bottles is a bottle god growing there, sorakai growing there. Everything, and pet bottle has been put into beneficial use. Tire, the discarded tires are burnt, and which cause a lot of air pollution. You acquire them, it becomes a beautiful space for holding plants. And a rack garden, stand garden, and pole garden, pyramid garden. And you can buy bags, and the bags can grow plants and trees. You can grow even crop. This one we did it for CTS. CTS asked us, this is called vegetable bureau. So this we used PVC sheets and created a bureau, filled it with organic waste, mixed with soil. We put a lot of holes and introduced plants. It looks so beautiful. And you see on either side at Cognizant Technology, we have created, Exnora created this vertical pipe garden. It you are like a president giving guard of honor by soldiers. Here the soldiers are green soldiers. Again, you come to stand garden. So, as an individual, I did home terrace farming, indoor farming, street farming, city farming. And what you are going to do? There's a question I'm asking you. So, collective farming. So, I happened to go to Mysore Tamil Sangam 25 years ago, the chief guest, and the Mysore Tamils felt sad that they are not treated well. Karnataka, they are Tamils, and when you come to Tamil Nadu government, they say you are from Karnataka. Why should you worry about you? So I gave them an idea, and they said the only activity knows farming. Farming is no more lucrative. Farmers lose money. Then I give the idea of collective farming. There are two variations of collective farming. One is that already the farmers in the villages, what they can start collective farming. This offer I'm making to you, we give the knowledge free to you. Suppose there are 10 farmers having 100 acres, all adjacent land, you make it some 3-4 pieces of land. Take the bunds. The bunds occupy a lot of space. The bunds, if you remove the bunds itself, will result in 20% more food production in India. Keep only the bunds which are needed to keep storing water. That's all. Then you make it a vast sheet of land. That's very important, collective farming. And if you do that, what happens? Yield becomes more. And you have boundary stone or cornerstone. These stones can be buried exactly beneath. Whenever you want, you can get it back. But advantage of having a large piece of land is something tremendous. There's, one very bad thing for agriculture is fragmentation. Your father has 4 sons. When he dies, the land which he had becomes 4 pieces and 4 wells, 4 pairs of bulls, everything. So I'm telling something opposite. Not only brothers, everyone can make them collective farming. Plan A. Plan A is people wherever they are, make it a collective farming. I promise you, within about 5 years, you'll get even the land cost from yield. Yield will be so huge because you'll have one, well, a big storage well. You have one common thrashing floor. Everything one. Even if you want to have a rice mill, all one for so many farmers. So model sea farming. So seaweeds if you have a raft, the fisherman can anchor it in the seashore, grow weeds. So they will get minimum 2,000 rupees a month, just like that. So spending any money, very least money. So these weeds grown, they have several uses. One, for medicine, they need it, and they need for cosmetic industry. The remaining green waste can be composted, organically composted, become organic manure. And you're going to see this collective farming. Pugarendi was our hero. We created Imawat Farm. It was collective and cooperative. It's not cooperative, means government. So collective farming is people together come. It's like a partnership. They collectively hold it. So this is a project, Imawat Farm. See, there's such a vast sheet of land taken. And grown there is Karnat Samraja Kundalpet along with 14 members of 100 acres doing collect farming. Sugarcane, turmeric, mango all grew, lime, curry leaves, drumstick. So farmers getting less benefit from government, lack of bank loans, unable to get lands for cultivation, life threatening of farmers, unemployment, negation from village to city. People, what they do, they desert villages. If farmers desert villages, that is a major disaster for the human population than an atom bomb. So lack of water and electricity. Solutions: collective farming, cultivating wastelands, profit to farmers, employment to people, employment for people. Features: red mud land, easy for cultivation, no tax payment per year. There are many advantages. Immediately power and water can be supplied. Rice sugarcane consumers consumes more water. To consume less water, alternate crops can be cultivated. We have intercrop all introduced. Benefits: within 1 year, with 50 lakhs of profit gained from 100 acres. It is in all district villages. No, I'm not calculating. I leave it to you. Can done national level, district level, this idea. Success story. So the people who were there, Pugarendi, Ravi Kumar, Balakrishnan, 11 members. Per day, 5 members, 50 members get employed. So very first harvest, pre-harvest cultivation, 56 lakh rupees gained. And gaining 100,000 tons of profit in sugarcane cultivation. Per year profit of 6 lakhs in neem cultivation of 1 acre. Cooperate to boom farmers, lead to second green revolution. So collective farming for this. So I'm going to conclude. I told you we need crops to feed the stomach. We also, there's another important word, lungs. It needs oxygen. So I was a student of Pachipas College. I came to know that it's a big problem. Pachipas students are considered to be very militant, and any agitation among students, it starts from Pachipas College. I was a student of that college. They all agitated, teachers agitated to stop felling of 300 years old trees by government for metro train. And this highly polluted option like Kilpak and Chetpat. And this best lung space was this Pachipas land. They were going to fell, the students failed, and they came to me. So this is me as a student. So Pachipas gave me admission. I reciprocated. They published on the 150th year celebration of Pachipas. They published a book, 150 outstanding students. There were 9 CMs, 7 governors, 14 IAS officers, 14 Oval Street, and of course, my name also was there. And it's my real. Then I started a preserve, Pachepan Reserve, Pachepan Pasumi, Pachepan Padugapum, Pachepan Pasumi, Padugapum. So anything, newspapers carry, don't sell paper, they sell news. So we made it newsable, newsworthy. So we coined a word, Vriksha Raksha Bandhan. Raksha Bandhan is a festival in Hinduism where women tie Rakhi to their brothers, or males and say, they reveal their bond and say, you are brother, you need to take care of us, protect us. So tree is same thing. Tree, you have been protecting us, no danger for you, we will protect you. So we tied Vriksha. You see, I am doing it. It's participated by many VVIPs. It's a very big meeting. And this all happened. So now, coming back to this Pachipas College, the government has already decided, the plan sanctioned, the tree feller has been fixed. He came to me and approached me, Stilmal, you are spoiling my life. I said, you are spoiling lives of thousands of people living in those areas. They will inhale only carbon dioxide. I explained to him, I said, we can get you somewhere contract, not here. And I convinced him and sent him. The most important aspect was the climax. When this was brought to the notice of CM. CM wanted the same as Satyaraja Karunanidhi. So he was worried why this project getting delayed. Even 1 day delay it costs more. You have to waste a contract. So he said, why there's delay? And people said that they should fell the trees, but Nirmal is preventing. They used the word Nirmal, that's rang bell. So Karunanidhi smiled and said, our CM, he's a great person, said, Nirmal has been planting trees for several decades. And if he cut trees, he may lose interest, stop planting trees. Let us not do it, shift it. And these Pachavas trees were saved. And it cost government 24 crores more because they need to revise. The cost got escalated. Preserve Pachipan Reserve was a success. And so I told you, in return, we give you 9 gifts. Some conditions we put you. I am MB Nirmal, founder Explore Innovators International. Teach you how you can innovate by free all. But don't glorify me. Don't put my photo or picture. And I am ashamed. And I feel I'm price tagging my sacred selfless service. I'm 80 at Corona 3 times. And 50 years diabetes. I'm a comorbid, but I survived. It's all God's will. So I'm going to give you 9 gifts. 9 gifts will change your life totally. This is all what I did and how I came up. I made it the theory I'm giving you. Please note the contact details. Mainly Twitter, MB Nirmal, Sounds Masters, Facebook page, like it, Instagram, @Nirmal, at Gmail and Gmail, and WhatsApp 919840712900. YouTube, there are two channels, Nirmal MB and Sounds Master. You go there, already hundreds of videos are there. There are at least 5,000 newspaper clipping published world over about the sacrifice we do. Twitter MB Nirmal. Thank you for listening so patiently. Thank you.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go and click the bell icon to get regular updates from our channel. In case you have missed any videos, please visit the channel page by clicking the channel icon.